Additional items needed: hydraulic T-fitting sized appropriately for the fork truck the scale is being installed on. Before starting installation, disconnect the fork truck's power supply to avoid electric shock injury. Remove and set aside the floorboards, rubber foot pads, and any panels blocking access to the hydraulic and electrical systems. You will need access to the hydraulic lines after the controls, but before the main cylinder. RAVAS recommends hydraulic sensor installation to be done directly to the hydraulic manifold on the main cylinder line out port. Install the indicator using the supplied RAM mount in the customer's preferred location. The indicator should have 3 cables coming from the housing. One is for power, one is for the speed sensor, and the last one is for the transducer or hydraulic sensor. Unravel the cables to prepare for routing through the truck's frame. Using fish tape or another wire routing method, route the wires through the truck's frame to reach the selected power hookup location, hydraulic hookup location, and speed sensor location. The speed sensor is installed on the mast of the truck, which will be shown later in this video. We recommend routing all cables through the truck's frame to reduce the risk of damage from impacts. As noted earlier, you will need to acquire the correctly sized hydraulic T-fitting for your fork truck. RAVAS provides a threaded adapter to connect the transducer to the customer-supplied T-fitting. The transducer has 1/4 BSP threading. The provided adapter converts that to a 1/4 NPT thread. The common T-fitting sizes used are 8 to 8 ORFS, 10 to 10 ORFS, and 12 to 12 ORFS. Verify the size your hydraulic system uses. Install the T-fitting in the main hydraulic line that feeds the main cylinder. Ideally, this can be done directly to the manifold after the hydraulic controls, but before the main lift cylinder. Once installed, connect the end of the hydraulic sensor cable to the transducer. Note: the hydraulic sensor must be installed parallel to the ground or at a downward angle. Locate the power and ground points below the floorboard. Run power and ground cable to the appropriate location, avoiding pinch points or sharp edges. Note: be sure to use the supplied 3.5A fuse on the power cable. Attach the power to a direct power source such as a distribution block, fuse panel, or to an ignition-powered cable, depending on the customer's needs. Install the supplied magnet and bracket to a fixed position on the right side of the carriage, close to the mast, initially using the supplied double-sided tape. Mounting the magnet to the upper part of the carriage helps the operator with visibility and to not need to lift the load above the dash height when weighing the pallet. Mount the speed sensor bar on the right side of the mast no more than 2 to 3 mm or 1/8 gap top to bottom from the magnet using the supplied double-sided tape. Ensure the arrows on the speed sensor bar face forward. Mounting the speed sensor bar down low, near the dash or fender, helps keep the weight down low when weighing. Note: once position is verified during calibration, a more permanent means of affixing the magnet and speed sensor bar to the mast must be used. Additionally, the reference arrows will need to be applied in a visible location to the operator. The reference arrows are used during calibration and generally indicate the top or bottom of the speed bar as a reference point. Plug the speed sensor bar into the signal cable from earlier. Roll up any spare length of cable and zip tie away from pinch points or sharp edges. Reinstall the floorboards, rubber pads, and all panels previously removed. The fork truck's power supply can also be reconnected at this time. The following portion of the video is meant to provide a summarized overview of the calibration process. Please reference the installation manual, sections 5.5 through 5.13 for the full calibration procedure details. First, a zero calibration needs to be performed. This will be performed with the forks empty. Power on the indicator and enter the service menu by pressing the button labeled with the gears symbol. The password to enter the service menu is 5220. Once in the service menu, select Where, then Calibration, the Cal 0. Next, select the Up Slow option. Raise the mast past the speed sensor bar at the speed indicated. This may need to be done multiple times if the correct speed is not achieved. A correct speed will be indicated by the meter in the lower left corner of the indicator showing the arrow in the green zone. Once completed, select Save. Now you will select the Down Slow option from the menu. Lower the mast below the speed sensor bar at the speed indicated. Once completed, select Save. Next, select the Up Fast option. Raise the mast past the speed sensor bar at the speed indicated. Once completed, select Save. Now you will select the Down Fast option from the menu. Lower the mast below the speed sensor bar at the speed indicated. Once completed, select Save. The system has now been zero calibrated. The calibration step will require at least one weight of known value and will follow the same procedure as the zero calibration. While in the cal weight function, perform all required up and down procedures, as done before with zero calibration. Once completed, exit to the main weighing screen and verify the weight calibration was performed correctly by confirming the weight displayed matches the known weight value for the item on the forks.